Olá pessoal, Rodrigo Góes aqui. Eu entrevistei o chefe Rush, o chefe de cozinha da Casa Branca, o chefe que com 50 anos tem 60 centímetros de braço. Um cara super gente boa e com muita energia positiva. E sim, eu perguntei pra ele se ele amava o suco. Vamos ver o que ele tem a dizer. Vamos conferir a entrevista agora. Antes da entrevista, uma pequena introdução sobre quem é o Chef Andre Rush.
My name is Chef Andre Rush. Every day I do 2,222 push-ups. I don't just do it to maintain these 25-inch guns. I do it to save lives. This is my wild story of how I got to where I am today and why there's no way I can let this mission fail. Growing up in Mississippi, my dad taught me the value of hard work. My mom gave me a love of cooking. You won't believe how these two passions changed my life. I did 2 tours in Afghanistan and Iraq, but life after combat was rough. I suffered from PTSD, so I decided to work out every day. It was a release and it helps me stay balanced. But other vets aren't as lucky. I learned that 22 vets commit suicide every single day. It's painful. And that's when I hatched an idea to do 2,222 push-ups every day. It's to bring attention to their plight. 2,222 push-ups for 22 vets. Seemed like a fair trade to me. I'm a strong guy, but I knew doing that many push-ups every day would take the next level of endurance. So I ramped up my workouts even more. Day by day, I worked up to 500 push-ups, then 700, then 1,000 push-ups. Yeah, my arms, my chest, my back screamed with pain every time I was done, but it was worth it. After just 2 months, I reached my goals of 2,222 push-ups. The first time I finished as a complete...
A sua história é fantástica, Chef Andre Rush. E esse aqui é o Instagram dele. Depois a gente pode dar uma olhadinha. Mas se tem uma coisa que eu reparei, Chef Rush, assim como eu, o seu cabelinho começou a cair, não é mesmo? Se assim como eu e o Chef Rush, você tem problemas com a calvície, você precisa conhecer a Manual. Eu já estou no 4º mês de tratamento, começando um kit novo de produtos e os resultados estão cada vez mais perceptíveis. Olha só essa coroa! Look at me! E olha que resultados mais visíveis costumam aparecer a partir do 4º mês de tratamento. Mas parece que eu venci, não é mesmo? A minha cabeleira está voltando. Aproveite a virada do ano para se cuidar e recuperar a sua autoestima também. Acesse o link que está na descrição do vídeo para descobrir o melhor tratamento para você. É tudo personalizado e prescrito por médicos. Você só precisa responder algumas perguntas para ter a sua prescrição e fazer o pedido. Durante todo o tratamento, você pode tirar suas dúvidas sem nenhum custo. Olha só como essas carecas ficaram aesthetics! Se você também quer recuperar sua cabeleira, utilize o cupom Novo Góes para 40% de desconto. Essa promoção é válida por tempo limitado. Não perca tempo, o frete é grátis e seu cabelo não pode esperar. Cola comigo! Let's grow some hair! Okay, so I'm here now talking to the great Chef Andre Rush. Is that right?
That is correct. How are you, brother?
I'm doing okay, man. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm perfect.
I'd like to thank you for your time. I'm sure the Brazil fans will love it. So how are you doing today? Are you working out? What's happening?
I am working out. I'm traveling. And, by the way, all shout outs to Brazil. It's one of my favorite places ever. I've been there. Of course, I told you that.
Yeah.
Had a wonderful time. I'll actually be going back again this year.
Really?
Yeah, coming back this year. It's like I get to travel a lot of different places for my work and whatnot. I love working out the 24s and doing what I do, but I love meeting new people, new culture, and the food in Brazil is number one.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I remember going and I just ate up. Like the guy asked me, "You gonna eat all this?" I'm like, "Yes." Just eat everything up. But I live here in LA and in DC. I just got back here not long ago, and I travel all the time. I got a few TV shows coming out. Got a few TV
right
shows.
on.
I do books. I do a lot of speaking engagements. Of course, I like to have fun with content. I generate towards a lot of kids, so I'm all about mental health awareness, physical fitness, and the younger youth. It's important to me.
Yeah,
so I want the
that's
youth to
awesome.
understand, role models like yourself.
Yeah, I'm trying, man. I'm trying to be like you. Okay. So how is your diet and training? How many calories have you been consuming daily?
So I am right now. I'm a 278 pounds. I don't know what that is in
Mhm.
kilos, but 278 pounds. Um, and I travel so much, but I eat a lot. Right?
Yeah.
I don't have a traditional diet like a lot of bodybuilders because I do so many different things. I'm an endurance trainer, which means I do a lot of reps, but I do them at heavier weight. Right? So,
Mhm.
for instance, if I'm doing 225, I'm going to do 25 reps or 50 reps. Or if I'm doing 315, I'm doing 15 to 20 reps per set, a minimum of 4 sets.
Always
And
pushing yourself.
always pushing myself. Exactly. My thing is not about, I'll reap the benefits about getting bigger, but I want to be healthier inside and I want it to last longer. So longevity and muscle memory is the two things I work on, and endurance. Endurance is the one, especially when you get bigger, you need to be able to keep going. You know how you see big guys going,
Yeah, exactly.
and that's why I'm also a fighter as well. So I, in the military, did combatives, but trained under the new combatives rules. Was from the Gracies over in Brazil.
Oh, really? I was going to
Yeah,
ask you about the military, like how your military experience influenced your fitness and health. I mean, it's a big deal, right?
oh, it's a big deal. It's a huge deal. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Here in the U.S. right now, there's only 9% of youth that's able to go to the military because of physical fitness. It hasn't been.
Really?
Yeah, it's been really bad, right? Because physical fitness is not like that anymore in the youth aspect here in the US, especially because of food, FDA, what you eat, how you eat.
Oh,
It's a true statement. You are what you eat, right? And
exactly.
everything's not, it's all about quick, fast food is on the rise. Social media pushes that up. You see all the people on social media doing stuff. You have fun, but at the end of the day, what you put in your body is what you're going to get out of it. And your body kind of weighs that. As a matter of fact, even the people that go into the military, they have to go to driving school, because they don't know anything. They don't know how to drive because we're so dependent on everything else right now.
I
So
didn't know that.
yeah, it's very hard over here now. So I still do a lot of speaking for the military, and I travel all around talking about the military, mental health, physical fitness, youth, togetherness, yada yada, all that good stuff to kind of remind everybody, especially with the younger audience that I have. And when they look at you, people, they'll look at us and they'll like, okay, I want to go work out now. I want to be physically fit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Man, what am I missing? What am I doing? I get it all the time on my social media. People like, Chef, I want to be strong like you. And I want to be like you. I'm like, no, don't be like me. Be better than me because I'm giving you everything you need. Start where I stopped and you take it from
Yeah.
there.
And nowadays, with the social media, mental health is a big deal. Kids are becoming like stationary. They're not moving.
No, they're becoming stationary. You're right about that. Mental health is a big thing. I was bullied as a kid, even though I was a big kid, right? I talk about that. Imagine all the people that's being bullied on social media because everybody has a platform, but they don't have a face.
Yeah,
They can
yeah.
keyboard, they can say this, and they want to be mean. They want to get a rise. They want to get reaction. They want people to like. And it's easier to get a negative opinion likes than get a positive opinion like.
Yeah, and I don't think people realize that words are sharp.
Words are like
Words can
not.
hurt.
Words hurt. They always have, but now this day
Yeah,
and age, if you have
yeah,
one person saying something negative, now imagine having 10,000 or 20, 100,000 saying
yeah.
negative stuff about you when you're just trying to be you, live your life and try to do better. Whether you be overweight, whether you be skinny, whether you be fit, so it doesn't matter.
That's why you're really important, man. Your job's amazing. Your
Oh,
work is just
thank you, brother.
amazing.
Thank
Okay.
you. I really appreciate that. Same here
Now,
with you.
thanks, man. Now, some Brazilians want me to ask you this. You worked with Bill Clinton, George W. Bush, Barack Obama, and Donald Trump. What were their favorite dishes? Did you have like any crazy requests or something like that?
Their favorite dishes was whatever the chef cooked them.
Uh, I mean, they will be able to complain, right?
No
Like, look
complaining
at
at
you.
all. No, no, seriously though. Uh, each one had a different palate profile. Believe it or not,
Oh,
they were very simple. Because you got to think about it. I tell people, think of it like this. if you're the president, the highest of the high, you're going traveling all the time, and people want to impress you. The one thing they try to impress you with is fancy food. A lot of the fancy food has creams, has butters, high in sodium, cholesterol, has all those different things. It may be cultural, it may be religional, it may be something, and they have to do that. And mind you, the presidents are older, so they have to mind their health and watch everything out, and some of them just like to chill out and eat stuff that's they use American, like burgers or fries.
Man, I do love American burgers. They're the best. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. So I've asked you about your military experience, your diet and training. Do you still do a lot of push-ups?
I still do a push-up. Not for me. It's for, the 2,222. So I've been up since 3 o'clock. Yeah, so I've been up since 3 o'clock this morning. I get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. What time is it here now? It's 8 o'clock here. 8 o'clock in the morning.
8 o'clock? All right.
Yeah, 8 o'clock here. So I get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I meditate. I give thanks, and then I turn over and I push. I push not for myself. It's not my workout. It's 2022. 22 vets unfortunately commit suicide a day. Yeah. But
that's a day?
That's a day.
That's crazy, man.
The thing about it is that's veterans, not counting their spouses or their kids residual from that. So I do it for everyone. Military is my foundation, but I let everybody know that physical fitness is real. Also, mental health is real, that it is tied into it because I use cooking as a coping skill. I also use physical fitness and going to the gym as a extension of getting it out, whether it be art, whether it be riding a bike, whether it be anything. I tell people, get what makes you happy, right? Yeah. Dig into it, whether it be family, whether it be friends, or if you're into yourself, do it for yourself and not for anyone else. In relations, when you do it for yourself, everybody else is going to notice it. Like I do it for me to do it for other people, and they notice it, and then they start doing it for themselves and other people.
I mean, because fitness can heal, right?
Fitness does heal. Fitness
heals. Break a sweat.
Oh my God, you feel empowered. You get that whole part where it's in your body and you just feel like Superman.
That's amazing. And how hard was to get a job at the White House? I mean, the chef, it's crazy.
So it doesn't happen. It's not on a paper interviews or anything like that. First off, I tell people when they ask me, you have to have TSSCI. That's a top secret clearance. That's your first thing. No matter
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, no matter how great you are, if you don't have a clearance, because you can be a threat. You got to think about it.
Exactly.
Whether you have a ticket from drunk driving, whether you have bankruptcy, whether you have delinquent payments, all those are factors because that means that you're susceptible to do something or sell something. And that's one of the things you cannot happen, right? The next thing is you got to have skills. You got to be personable. You got to be able to belong. You got to be able to do all these other things and work as a team. I tell people this day and age, working as a team is so important where you don't have to worry or look over your back or have people to have egos. I have no egos. I can go with a toothbrush and scrub this whole entire room. I can go outside and get down and pick up all the grass and I don't care. A lot of people, when they get in certain positions, they say, I. It's not about
like I'm better than this or
exactly.
Something like that.
I don't like those people, and I let them know it. So it's not about I. It's about we. It's about us. It's not about me. Turn that M upside down. It's about we. I can't let everybody. We, us.
That's awesome, chef. All right, top 5 favorite foods.
Ooh, top 5 favorite foods. And category as far as meat, I mean, like meat or just food, like meat, chicken, beef.
Like favorite foods, like foods you cannot live without.
Ooh, well, foods I can't live without. I mean, you know what? I'm actually a vegetarian, right?
Oh, really? I didn't know about that, chef.
Yeah, I know, but here's the deal. I like meat wrapped around it.
Oh.
No, so I do eat vegetables. No, I'm a carnivore.
Amen to that. I was about to hang up, chef.
Don't go, don't go.
I'm just kidding.
No, I play around with my vegans out there. I love them to death, but me personally, I have to have meat. So, when I was in Brazil, I went and they brought out all this beef and I fell in love. It was just freshly cut. And it was like, oh, you want this? I said, no, give me the whole thing. The whole beef. Give me the whole beef. I had like slabs of beef all around on a little bitty table outside. And everybody's looking at me. And I'm like, and he brought out another chicken. There was a whole chicken. I ate all of it. So beef, chicken. I love pasta. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm a pasta guy. I have to have some pasta just because people say, oh, no pastas, too much starch. Me, I don't care. In moderations. I'm actually creating a protein pasta right now.
Oh, that's amazing, man.
Yeah, protein pasta, and it's actually plant-based, and one package has 180 grams of protein.
Let's bring it to Brazil. It's a big market over here.
It is. I'm gonna start doing some videos with it, but it's absolutely amazing. It has half of anything carbohydrates, half or anything that you possibly want with anything else. So that was important because I love pasta and I wanted to be able to eat it every day without the consequences of it and thinking that, oh, this is going to happen, that's going to happen. Next thing is, you know what? I do love pizza. I'm a pizza guy also, right? Good old fashioned pizza, a good old fashioned pizza anytime that I can have it. I don't use that to call it my cheat meal. I just call it something that's a comfort food for me, right? Something that's comfortable that I'll eat and I know I got to pay for it. I'm sorry?
It's a better thing. Like, it's better to say it like that. It sounds better.
Yeah,
less guilty, I guess.
It's like, it's that, right here. And I love fish. So I'm a fish guy. I could eat a fish every day, all day. Only thing about fish is it doesn't do me like beef and chicken because if I eat a lot of fish, it's healthy for you, it's great for you, it's lean, all that good stuff. But at the same time, and the things I'm saying to you is I make myself. I can make chicken a million different ways.
I know.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Of course, beef. Nothing like I just got I got a dry ager that's coming here and they're going to install it. So I'm going to dry age all of my beef and even my pork and have everything inside and show everybody how it's done. So, yeah, you're making me hungry now.
Yeah, I'm getting hungry too, man. Okay, what about exercise? Do you have like favorite exercises or you do all kinds of stuff?
I do all kinds of stuff. I want to shock my body. I literally do muscle confusion, even when I work out and things I do all the time. And it's funny because guys that work out with me, big or small, calisthenics, they start to sweat, and they're like, oh, wait a second, because it's not about how much weight you lift, it's how you lift the weight, right? It's how your body is going to perceive it and take it, because you can do something very simple and very light, and your body's going to go, whoa, what is that? What muscle did that come from? And it just goes that way. But if I have to look at everything, every part of my body, I do in the same fashion that I would do as far as endurance, whether it be my legs, calves, arms, forearms, tries, bis, chest, shoulders, back. I want to shock it. I want to shock it because people always say, hey, Chef, how do I get rid of this, my belly? I said, you get rid of it by working on your whole damn body.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't just work on yourself. People always get caught up. How do I get rid of my belly? Stop acting like your belly just gonna go away. Work on yourself. Like you just said earlier, it makes you feel much better inside. People start it off and they're like, they can start to breathe, they start to smell their body to get stronger. You get that complex where, man, this is actually working. I love doing it. And that's why I love teaching people, no matter who they are. And that's why I love learning from people, because I'm never too old to learn. I don't think I know everything, because somebody can show me something that may be this much different that make a huge difference in my life.
And how big are your arms right now? Because one thing that calls everybody attention is like your arms, man. They're huge.
Yours are pretty big arms yourself.
I'm not doing that bad, but not as big as you, though.
So my arms are right at 24, 25. They'll go up to about 25 this year for sure. Just started out going up, but I take care of my arms. They take care of me. So they're pretty wide. People say, oh my God, they're not that big. And then I wrap them around with a ruler and they're like, oh, okay. It's just like people don't know that I weigh 270, 278 pounds. They're like, oh, Chef, you're not that heavy. And I get on the scale and they're like, oh, okay. Well, how do you look the way you look and you're that heavy? I'm like, it's muscle memory. It's dense. Muscle is heavier than fat. But if you do something long enough, like what I do, endurance, it just makes it tighter and tighter and harder and harder.
And you've been working out pretty much all your life, right? Since high school or since the military, I don't know.
Military, high school, even when my dad used to have me working in the farms, working construction. It was always embedded in me to work. But when my dad did it, I didn't know that I was becoming stronger. It wasn't a thing, I just did because that's what you're supposed to do. But then when I went into the military, I realized I had an advantage because I was stronger than all other kids. I was faster than all other kids. I got up at 3 o'clock in the morning. And so I was get up already early. So it wasn't a difference. So I fit right into it.
And that's why it's important to play sports at a young age. I notice like some people may be depressed because they're not moving. They're not moving at all. They're not breaking a sweat.
They're not moving. You have to get up and let that blood flow. You got to let the oxygen flow. You got to get that vitamin D from outside. You have to go. But believe me when I say this, I was there. I was depressed. I was on the couch for 12 months, just in that rut. It just overwhelmed me. I did so much, went through so much, had so much, and it felt like life was just like fogging you and surrounding you. And one day in the military, they had me on a lot of drugs. That's the number one medication. The thing to do is like, hey, you need this, you need that, you need this.
Yeah.
And when you do that, you become numb. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You become numb inside. And
like you're just blocking the feelings, right?
You're blocking the feeling, right? And one day, this is a true story. I was on the couch like I am right now, and I saw myself looking down at myself. And I was like, I don't know, I went in just like this state. I'm like looking at myself, and I'm on the couch and I'm like trying to talk to myself. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? And then finally, it's like I came up and I got off the couch. I went upstairs. I got all my medication, and I did the worst thing possible, but the best thing possible. I threw all of it away. Threw it all away, flushed it down the toilets. And the reason why it was so bad, because you can't do that. You have to wean off of them little bit.
Step by step. But you went all the way.
But don't ever do that. Don't do that, right? Yeah. My body went crazy for the next month and a half. I think it was. I just felt crappy, but after that clarity, I could breathe again. I could see, I could look. My senses were acute. I was I was like, I can't do this anymore. I have to do something for me. I have to do something. And then just so happened, God willing, it turned into a movement that I didn't even know was a movement by me doing something for me to do something for other people. And I got up and I got out and I went and started doing things. I started talking. I went on national TV and said, I have PTSD and that's okay. But it's not okay if you don't get any help. And from that, I got a floodgate from kids, from women, from military, from everyone who said, thank you. I needed you to say that. And I'm like, why did you need me to say that? Because it's true what they say is people will profile you. I'm a big guy like you. So if you come out and you say it, and they'll be like, he's like me, right? If he did it, I can do it. And that's what happened. One of the guys saw me and said, you did this, I can do this. And you would motivate people. And then that just motivates you even more. So energy feeds energy. It's back in return. And then we go with it and we feed each other. And that's what it's all about.
That's amazing, Chef, because a lot of people are suffering in silence. They're too afraid to step out and say something.
They are.
That's why you're so important, man. I'm truly glad I'm talking to you.
No, this is why you are so important, because we're talking about this together. And I tell people, you look at me. People see my videos. I'm laughing. I'm doing this. I'm all over. I got TV shows. I got books. I got, all these different things. Speaking engagements. I'm traveling all the time doing this stuff. And guess what? Even me at this age where I am right now and doing the things you see, you don't know what's going on here. I cry all the time. It doesn't mean I'm sad. It doesn't mean I got hurt. It doesn't mean that. I cry as a release. So if you want to cry, cry. If you want to get it out, just do it.
after you do it, it can be, you could laugh about it. Like, man, I needed that. That was a good one. I just needed that. And it's to rejuvenate yourself and be like, okay, I'm ready for the rest of the world. Don't try to act like you're too big, too bad, too strong to not be able to help yourself, because it's not even all about you. It's also about your family. It's an extension of you. I tell people, if something happens to you, you change the world. You don't know that. You don't know your potential. You don't know what you can do and what you were meant to be. I didn't know I was going to be Chef Rush. I didn't say I want to be Chef Rush and I want to get millions of followers and fans and this. I didn't know any of this. I was chosen for this, the same way you're chosen for what you are, and you don't know what that's going to be.
Exactly. We don't have to know the path. Just do something today.
Just do it. Just do
brick
it.
by brick.
Brick by brick, brother.
Okay, Chef, my followers will kill me if I don't ask you this. You don't have to answer if you do not want it. So, natty or not?
That's the number one rule.
That's the number one question.
So I'm gonna tell you, right? And this is the true story. And you're the first person I'm saying this to 2024. Really? Yeah, this is the first person I'm saying this to 2024. And because when I became famous and all that, I didn't know what natty meant. I don't know. I didn't know. Serious. Nick Strength and Power, he said natty. I'm like, what is natty? What does that mean?
What the hell
I had to
that?
go look it up, right? I had to go look it up, right? I looked it up, and then all this stuff. And at first, I thought it was funny. I thought it was funny because the way I grew up, being who I am. I mean, I've had this physique. I've always been strong, and as far as, so I go to Mr. Olympia. I'm actually going to Fit Expo in a couple of weeks. I go to Mr. Olympia. I go to the Arnold with Arnold. I go all the shows. I'm up here. I got these big arms. I'm I can bench all this weight, do all these push-ups. So I'm also older. And this is what I say to people is, I am natural, and I am natural. And I also realized that as time goes by, like even this year, I said to myself, I said, you know what? It's about your health, right? Yeah. It's about you. It's not about what people think and they're going to shun you. Because a lot of people say they want you to be in that category. Like, oh, it's okay if you just say you're natty or not natty or whatever. And they're okay with that. It's okay if you say it or if you don't say it. I don't care. I'm not selling any supplements. I'm not this. I'm not that. I'm not Liver King, which he's a great guy. I'm not any of those people. The thing I'll say is that this year I looked at myself for 2024 and said, I think it's time for me to do more for my body, because I am working so much. I'm doing so much. And when I say that, now mind you, I don't know what name of steroids. I don't know the name of those things. I know peptides. I know TRT. All that other stuff. But I've always had low TRT, even since I've been in the military. As my time is going by, I'm getting more and more like, okay, I need to do something for my body. It was never addressed. It was never addressed because in the military, they don't care. That's why I never knew anything. In the military, they were like, oh, they would say that my TRT was low, which I didn't know what TRT meant. But at the same time, they were like, are you sleeping? I'm like, yeah. Or you still got size? I'm like, yeah. They're like, or is sexually? I'm like, okay. Well, they're like, okay, you're okay. Go ahead and go. That wasn't a concern to them.
Like was generic, like.
Yeah. And you know what? That's life in it. They're talking to thousands of people a day and whatever. Yeah. They're not going to worry about me. I have to worry about myself. Nobody's going to take care of you better than you, right? But at the point in time now, this year, if I feel that I want to do something to better myself, I'm going to do it. And you know what? I'll let everybody know that I'm going to do it. And you know why you're going to know? Because you're going to see this big ass chef.
Look at him. Come on,
like, okay,
do one more time, chef.
I would look like you. They're going to be like, okay, he was natural. Now he's not. No, I'm joking. And the only thing I think that if I do go in and do something, it probably be something with peptides or TRT. I've never thought about any of the other stuff. I don't know what that is and how it is, right? I don't know the benefits of it or not the benefits of it. Now, mind you, I don't I don't disclaim any of it. Meaning that I don't care what anybody does, as long as
Sure.
you're healthy. But you know, over the last couple of years since the pandemic, and you can contest it, is we lost a lot of bodybuilders. I lost a
Yeah.
lot of friends, a lot of fitness, males, females, kids. And I say to people, I be humbly say this is, it's no problem. If you're going to do what you're going to do, make sure your knowledge base of it. Make sure you know what you're doing, how you're taking it. Don't just take stuff just to take it because you want to be the biggest person in the room. Take it because you're going to take it because you got to know the consequences of what's going to happen later on, whether it be with your heart, your lungs, your kidneys, your sexual parts, or all this other stuff. You're going to have to be acute and aware of that, right? So I've been doing my research. Well, I'm going to do my research all the way through. Go get my, matter of fact, I'm going to get my blood work checked today. I'm doing a physical today. I always check on my body. People like, oh, Chef, you're too big. You don't look healthy. I go all the time to get my stuff checked and do everything I need to do for a long lifestyle.
I mean, it's all about being healthy. You're over 40 and you're looking pretty damn good, Chef.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. I mean, how old are you? Like 40, 45?
A little bit younger, but I'm getting there.
All right.
In the US here, I'm like 30. I'm like 37. So I'll take
37. All right. It's my age, actually.
that. See, there you go.
37.
See?
Yeah. All right, Chef. First of all, I'm truly honored to be able to talk to you, and I do hope I get to meet you in person once you come to Brazil. Let me know when you're down here.
I'm gonna let you know. Seriously, we do it in person.
Okay, coach. Okay, Chef. I almost called you coach.
I'm the coach, Chef. Damn it.
Yeah. Okay, Chef. I'm gonna need you a double biceps just one more time.
Double buys. Here we go.
Jesus Christ. Okay, man. Look, Chef, thank you very much for talking to me. You're an amazing dude. I'm sure the Brazil fans will love it. I hope God keeps on blessing you. Keep helping the youth. You're amazing. I'm proud of you.
Thank you, and thank you all of Brazil. I love you guys extremely, and I'll see you this year.
I hope to see you again in Brazil, man.
You know it.
Right on. Catch up with you later.
Later, brother.
E esse aqui é o Instagram do Chef Rush. Para quem quiser seguir ele, Real Chef Rush. Aqui tem muita dica, muita collab legal. Ele gosta muito de brincar com humor e ele realmente faz 2.202 flexões por dia para suicídio, assim como uma forma de protesto, como uma forma de conscientização sobre um assunto que merece sim a atenção adequada, beleza? Então tem muita dica de alimentação, ele faz alguns pratos muito bem trabalhados. Ele era o chefe da Casa Branca. Não foi fácil conseguir esse emprego. E como ele falou na entrevista, ninguém reclama da comida do chefe. Claro, como é que reclama de um chefe tão imenso? Esse cara com um tapa, ele destrói o mundo. É quase como o senhor Oliva do anime Baki, não é mesmo? Realmente, eles são até mesmo parecidos, então tem muita coisa legal, tem a história dele, tem esse cara aqui que faz o Yujiro Hama, né, o cosplay, que é o Logan.
I'm the chef, damn it. Let's go.
Ó, eles mostram receitas, muito legal, tá, pessoal? Então realmente vale a pena você seguir o Real Chef Rush. Achei ele super gente boa. Espero que quando ele vier ao Brasil eu tenha a oportunidade de conhecê-lo pessoalmente. E aí, o que você achou do Chef Rush? Eu amei entrevistá-lo. Que pessoa legal e que carisma. Se você quiser saber mais sobre a rotina do Chef Rush, eu tenho um vídeo completo que eu fiz aqui no canal. Esse vídeo foi deletado da Men's Health. O porquê? Porque os americanos se revoltaram e o acusaram de mentir muito. E aí, você acredita que Chef Rush até hoje é natural? I don't know. You tell me. Estou pensando em começar um novo quadro aqui no canal. O quadro Gringo Talk, onde eu irei entrevistar apenas pessoas que moram no exterior. Deixa eu saber o que você acha disso aqui embaixo. E se você gosta desse tipo de conteúdo e quer ver mais vídeos como esse, por favor, se inscreva no meu canal, me siga no Instagram e me siga no TikTok. Rodrigo Góes. Out!